Now for a word from our sponsor, Papercut Games. This week's game, Left, Right, Center. This is a very simple little party game. All you really need is these 3 dice. As you see, it's $6. It comes also with some chips if you want to play. Sometimes people play with money if you want to put like some quarters in to make it interesting. But basically, the way the game works is everyone starts with 3 chips or whatever money you want to start with, and you roll these dice. And if it lands on left, you have to pass 1 chip to the left, the player on the left. If it lands on the R, you have to pass a chip to the player on the right. If it lands on the C, you put a chip in the middle, which is actually out for the game. And then you pass a turn. It's the next person's turn. Now what's interesting about the game is you can only roll the number of dice as chips you have. Oh, no thanks, live chat. You can only roll the dice as chips you have. So if you only have 2 chips left, you only get to roll 2 dice. If you only have 1 chip left, you only get to roll 1 dice. And if you have no chips, you don't get to roll any dice and you skip your turn. But you're not out. Even if you have no chips, maybe the person on the left of you rolls a right and he has to pass you 1. So then actually you're back in the game and you get 1 dice the next time it's your turn. Maybe they pass you all 3 of the chips and you get all 3 dice next turn. So it's kind of interesting. You can kind of be out of the game and then back in the game, which makes it fun. And then the way it ends is when all the chips are put in the middle that are out of play, and it's down to the last 2 players, and someone is out of chips and there's no more chips except for the 1 player who has all the chips. And they get to keep all the chips and win. Or if you're playing for money, they get to keep all the money, which is fun too. So there's Left, Right, Center. Super simple, super cheap. Try it. Kids, you shouldn't play with money, so play with the chips. And that's it. I'm Mr. Bixby, and I approve this message.